Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff. Well, today we're going to do something a little different. Every once in a while, I get a viewer request, and today's one we're going to do it. So this is for Ann. Ann, you asked a question about beef tallow that we used on the paper around our brisket. Now, we make this ourselves, and I'm going to show you how I do it. So, hang tight. So, this is what I have. This is about 5 pounds of beef fat that just came off of standing rib roast, or prime rib, if you want to call it that. This came off the tail. It came off the whole piece of meat. They were cutting ribeyes, and I just happened to hit it just right. Now you see, a lot of this has meat on it. It's okay. I'm not using this for skincare products or hair products or whatnot. I'm just going to make this into tallow to cook with, okay? And you'll see as the process goes along how this is going to work out. So if you've got a little meat on it, don't worry about it. I see people say all the time, oh, you gotta have just pure fat. No, you don't. All right, so this is off of ribeyes, basically. I've got 2 bags here. This is off of a brisket I cooked recently, and so is this. So that's going to give me roughly close to 10 pounds. Now I'm going to take all of this, and I'm just going to cut this up into pieces. The smaller you cut it, the quicker it's going to break down, but it doesn't have to be that small, because I've got a little trick I'm going to show you after we get into it a little bit that really makes a lot of difference. So as you see, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this down. Some of this meat I probably will trim off a little bit, and we'll save it for hamburgers or something later. I'll probably put it in the freezer. Now this has not been frozen. This just came from the butcher. So let me get all of this cut up, and when I do, I'll bring you right back. This is just the ribeye meat that came in that 1 pack. That's 5 pounds. Now you see, I've got a little pile of meat that I cut off of what I had. This will go in a vacuum sealed bag. I'll save it for hamburger or whatever, but this is enough. I'm not even going to bother with the brisket right now. I'll do that in another batch. I've got the crock pot turned on low. I'm going to put the top on it, and I'm just going to let it go. Now this is called the dry method, okay? You can take about 2 cups of water and put in this with some salt, preferably pink Himalayan salt, works best. But generally speaking, if you're going to cook this on a pot on the stove, the wet method is a good idea, because it keeps you from burning this fat, okay? I'm not worried about that. If you do it in the oven at 225, say, it's not going to burn. You can do dry, or if you do it on low in the crock pot. Now this is going to take a while, okay? This may take 4, 5, 6 hours to cook down, but as we check on it, we're going to show you the process as we go along, so we'll bring you back. We're 2 hours in, okay? And this is a little trick I'm going to show you that's going to speed this process up, but you've got to be very careful. You'll make a mess. This is an immersion blender, and I'm just going to take and put it down in it, press it toward the bottom, and blend it. Look at that. Now see, that almost liquefied all that fat. So it didn't have to wait to cook down. And see that? All right, that's 2 hours worth. All right, I'm gonna leave the top off. I want the moisture to cook up out of this. So let's let it go another hour and I'll bring it back. This is an hour after we blended this up with the immersion blender. And look at this. It is already separating, breaking down. That's what we want. Man, this smells so good. I would love some French fries cooked in this right now. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna let it just simmer on. We'll bring you back as we check on it. 5 hours in. Oh yeah, look at this. This is cooking done good. All right. We got a little while to go. Let's just let this keep on cooking here. All right. 5 hours in. We're gonna let it keep going. I'll bring you back. We've got a pretty tight mesh screen here, and we're just gonna start ladling into this stainless bowl. It's been 6 hours. We're gonna put it in this bowl and see how we're doing here. Well, let's start. I've got a funnel. One more time, I'm gonna pour it through a paper towel. Here's what we got left. All right. Now, I'm gonna let this go, put it in the refrigerator. I'll show you what it looks like. This is gonna whiten up a lot. This will save up to a year, maybe even longer than that. If you freeze it, pretty much forever, okay? I got a quart and half a pint out of that 5 pounds that we did. I did not take 100% of the beef flavor out of it because I'm gonna cook with it. I could have done it one more time, put it back in, let it come back up to temperature and filtered it one more time. It would have been good for skin products, okay? But I don't care about all that. I'm gonna cook with it. So, hey, thanks for sticking around, seeing how this would turn out, and I appreciate your question. If you haven't already, how about hit the circle on this side subscribe. I'll have another video for you down here. It won't cost you a dime for either one. Hey, ring the bell, share it. I'd appreciate it. Until next time, hey, hang tight and be good to one another. Hang tight.